This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries. Thank you for joining us here on Discoveries in Health. Every Thursday, we're here praising the Most High and talking about natural remedies. And we're not prescribing and we're not diagnosing. What we're doing is, this is a conference, and we're sharing information about natural remedies. And we're praising the Most High. And that's what we're doing here every Thursday from 3 o'clock until 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Dr. Truman?
Yes, hello.
Shalom, doctor. I'm going to mute my phone out. I'm here, but I just now can barely hear you. I don't know if you can hear me good, but I'm going to mute out, but I'm here.
I hear you very well. I hear you very well. And all of the mics are muted except your mic, so I don't know what happened. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm going to mute out probably about the top of the hour. I will be in a better position.
I understand. Well, okay. Welcome, Sister. Okay, welcome, Sister Kshakia. At the top of the hour, we will be hearing from Sister Kshakia.
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message. If you're satisfied with the message, press 1.
Right,
to listen to your message,
let's
press
see if
2.
I can do that.
To erase and re-record, press 3.
Let's see if I can do that. Oh my goodness, what have I done?
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3.
Okay, I think it's this one here. So I am going to...
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3.
Stay with me here as I'm doing a little audio work here with the telephone. And
having trouble. Your message has been sent. Please try again later.
That did it. Okay. Okay, and that's working now. I was calling and inviting someone that I said, Brother Takia, who was telling me that his diabetes numbers went from over 300. They're down now about 120, and he's feeling better than he's felt in years and years. And he was talking to me about an hour ago, and apparently he's not available right now. And I tried to call him and invite him, and we got a busy signal, and we left a message. So anyway, that's exciting. I keep getting that information that the natural remedies that we're using with diabetes are not only comforting people, which that's what we promise to do here. We promise to comfort you. We don't claim cures. We don't do any of that kind of thing. We're not playing doctor here. I am a PhD doctor. And yes, hello. Thanks for joining us here on Discoveries in Health. And they're in Atlanta. And so what we're doing here is we are talking about the latest research in natural remedies, and in order that people may be comforted. It's illegal in America because of the evil governmental regulations about natural remedies to let you know that the historical and traditional information that they're really healers, that these herbs were the original and are the original medicines that the Lord put out here on earth for people to use. The Lord did not put chemical poison drugs for you to use. They're not mentioned at all in the Bible, but the herbs are. The natural remedies are. And so we're working with the Most High. We're working with nature, and we're talking about natural remedies. And if they more than comfort you, if all of a sudden you don't have diabetes or cancer or heart disease anymore, well, we can't tell people that we're not claiming a cure. We can't do that. They arrest people here in America. The Gestapo, the Nazi Gestapo will come and get me if I did prescribe and diagnose. So I don't. I pray with people. I promise they're going to get comforted, and guess what? They do get comforted, and it's a blessing, and it's a glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, because that's exactly what 3 John 1:2 says. Above all else, that you may prosper and be in good health, as well as thy soul prospereth. And that's what we're talking about here, is we're talking about biblical principles and using biblical herbs and getting results. We are really getting a lot of results now. So that being said, and we're starting the broadcast here, we're going to have an open mic situation here. In other words, all you have to do is press your star key 2 times in order to unmute your mic and ask your question, because this is a conference, not a lecture. You're invited to ask questions, make comments, give testimonies. We love to hear from you. I was talking with a sister Sharon, and she was telling me that she's getting good results, and she's getting good results with a lot of different remedies and so forth. Sister Sharon, are you there?
Shalom, Dr. Burris. Yes, I am.
Shalom. You were talking about the fact that you're using the charcoal, and that's been helping you. What's going on there?
Well, actually, I've been really sick for the last 3.5 years because of a modern medicine shot that was given to me. And I just, everything else is ceased, and I keep getting better, and it just continued to repeat itself. Like, I would get better, and then it would, like, relapse. And I just start praying, and I kept saying, well, I don't understand why it keeps relapsing. And then I was watching a program, and it was talking about mercury poisoning. And I do have some silver fillings in my mouth. So I called Dr. Burris to confirm about mercury poisoning and what could I do, and he told me you're on it now. Now that sounds like maybe what's happening. And so to try the charcoal, and also to try this cilantro, chlorella, and garlic. And I started that yesterday, but I haven't been doing it. The charcoal, not even 2 weeks, and I feel so much better. Like, my health is just a complete turnaround, and my face is clearing so fast. It's unbelievable in the last 3.5 years. And I've been practicing holistic health for some time, ever since my nephew passed in 1991 of the wrong medication that was given. And then this thing happened to me. And I helped my grandmother out, too. And Dr. Burris has been able to give me some excellent ideas, some power foods and herbs and what to do to even help her. So I'm just extremely grateful. My health is taking a total turnaround, and it hasn't even been 2 weeks. I'm just amazed at how well these natural products are really working. And I'm very grateful to the Most High. All praise due to Ahaya Bashem Shaya, Wawawa, and thank you to my GOCC family who referred me to Dr. Burse. And I'm just so grateful for you, Dr. Burse, and thank you so much. I'm so thankful that you're there and you're able to answer some questions and help us to figure out what to do to help ourselves in this day and time, the way the world is today with modern medicine and how it is if you don't have much money and things. My income and everything came to a halt when this happened to me. So I am extremely grateful and thankful. And may the Most High continue to bless you, to bless others, Dr. Burse. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Sharon, for that testimony. And let's talk a little bit about charcoal, because she's taking it now for a few days, and she doesn't want to continue to take it. So let's talk about why, and let's talk about charcoal, because it's very valuable, and it will, it will do a lot of wonderful things, but there are a few side effects to it, and we want to talk about that. It's good for you, and it's also a great teeth whitener. You can use the charcoal to brush your teeth with. It'll actually make your teeth whiter, and but we want to be cautious. That there is some, that if you're taking any medication, even birth control pills, charcoal is likely to absorb the medication. So you need to know that, and so because it's going to remove the toxins and poisons out of your body, but it's also, if you're taking any medication, it's going to pull that out of your body as well. So you want to be careful with charcoal. Use it for a short period of time. If you've got toxins that you need to absorb, and so we would go on the charcoal for maybe a week maximum. And if it happens to, and we're talking about a low dose. We're talking about maybe in the beginning, the first day or two, you might take as much as 6 to 8 charcoal tablets, and that's going to absorb the toxins and poisons out of your body. So that is one very good positive thing that's going to happen. But after that, it may harden the stool and cause hardening of the stool. So we have to be careful of that. So when there is a problem with toxins, if food poisoning, take those 6 to 8 tablets right away, and it will absorb them. If you're not sure, and you've taken a poison, and you're not sure what to do, well, then what you need to do then is you need to call the poison center right away if you're not sure, because it may not. There are certain poisons that it does not absorb. So, and you want to know which ones those are. So if you do really have, if you've really been poisoned, you want to make sure that you would call the poison center. However, if it's food poisoning, well, that's going to, 6 to 8 tablets of charcoal is going to, it's going to absorb those poisons. Then, after you're done, if you would really need more detoxification, you could use bentonite clay. Bentonite clay, so if you feel like, I really got to keep absorbing lots of poisons, you can safely go on bentonite clay. It has an ionic structure that is like a magnet, and it pulls toxins to it, and it takes it out of the body. Now, we're getting to the key issue here. When there's poisons and you're drawing everything to it, you do want to make sure those bowel movements are kept soft and that you're draining this out of the body so that it can exit quickly, so that it doesn't cause constipation, and because that could be a problem, which is why I created 2 formulations and then put it into a kit. It's called CAC, colon and liver cleanser. CAC. Let's do a search on CAC and bring that up into the screen. I'm widening that a little bit. We are making a broadcast audio video of this broadcast, and it will be available on herbalhealthreview.com, herbalhealthreview.com, under Discoveries in Health, and you'll be able to see an audio video of this broadcast. And when I'm talking about a colon and liver cleansing with bentonite clay, that is the perfect detoxification, then we're talking about this formulation here. That's the colon and liver cleansing liquid. And if there's constipation, get the colon and liver cleansing tea, because it will get rid of constipation and train the bowel to go back to work. These are not habit forming. Aloe vera is great for the digestion and for short-term use. However, long-term use of aloe vera to help you have bowel movements is habit forming, and you can't get away from it. You have to have it. However, with the colon and liver cleansing tea and and here's the cleansing program. There it is a cleansing program. And that's what we would get. We would get a colon and liver cleansing system where we're taking enough of the CAC, colon and liver cleansing liquid, for most people. But if you have constipation, we're using the colon and liver cleansing herbal tea. So if you're using the colon and liver cleansing herbal liquid or tea, you're taking enough of it to cause every bowel movement to be so soft it breaks up in a cloud. Now you're draining all of this out of the body and getting rid of it. Because it's one thing to use a charcoal, an activated charcoal, and how they activate it is with high heat. They take charcoal from wood and coal, and they take this charcoal and they heat it to such a high heat that it causes the charcoal to become porous. And that it's so porous that when you swallow those capsules, then it's absorbing toxins and medicines and anything. And even if you took vitamins, it will absorb those too. It's going to absorb everything. It's porous, and it's drawing all this to it. But we got to get rid of it. So let's make sure and keep those bowel movements soft and drain this out of the body. Okay, now that we're draining it out of the body, we need a fiber. We need a fiber that's like a sponge that will absorb it, so you don't get any of it back, so you don't get a headache. That's why sometimes they talk about, oh, you're going to go through a cleansing crisis and you're going to get a headache and you're going to feel terrible. You don't have to, because if you're using the colon and liver cleansing liquid and it's keeping the bowel movement soft, you're in charge, more or less. Start with a little bit, increase it till you're cleaning out real good, back off a little bit, so you're in charge and you're keeping the bowel movement so soft, every time you flush the toilet, it breaks up in a cloud. You now have the perfect sewer system of the body. And then with that fiber powder that you put in some good tasting juice, and you get that down, you maybe it's a teaspoon, maybe it's a tablespoon, maybe it's 2 tablespoons of fiber, maybe you need a lot of fiber, and it's a sponge that is full of nutrients. This is a high-tech fiber formulation that has all kinds of chlorella, spirulina, barley grass, wheatgrass, nutrients in it. Even has some acidophilus powder. This is a state-of-the-art fiber product that is going to act like a sponge and absorb and lots of bad things as it's going through the digestive tract. It's also very soothing and very healing and giving you all this nutrition as it's going through there. It also has something else called bentonite clay. Bentonite clay will get rid of MRSA. You know, that skin infection that eats people alive? Eat bentonite clay. That's exactly one of the main things it will do. It will get rid of funguses and even terrible things like MRSA. Just how it does it, it acts like a magnet. It acts like a magnet. Because this clay has an ionic structure, and these ions are pulling toxins to it. So now you have the sponge that's pulling toxins to it. You have the bentonite clay that's pulling toxins to it and really giving you all kinds of minerals. You have the perfect detox, colon and liver cleansing, digestive cleansing system, and that is how you would deal with getting rid of toxins and poisons. So that's important that we know about these things and that we know how to deal with that. There's one more step for the perfect digestion, perfect environment for your digestive tract. Now that you've done the cleansing, the detoxifying, and you've gotten all the toxins and the poisons and everything out of your body, now let's put back plenty of acidophilus powder. So if we're talking about acidophilus powder, we are talking about, okay, there we go. Let's click on this a little bit. So we're talking about putting back some acidophilus powder and some kombucha mushroom. 2 things you've done there. Now you've got all the friendly bacteria that the digestive tract needs, wants, and has to have, and most people don't have enough of. That's acidophilus powder, the friendly bacteria that your stomach thrives on. And if you don't have it, then you get fungus infections and bacterial infections and all kinds of things, and you have poor digestion. So I use a powder every morning. I'm having a quarter to a half a teaspoon of this acidophilus powder. It has no taste. I chase it down with some water. That's it. Then I've got all this friendly bacteria. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm having some kombucha mushroom. Now that is the 2 different things that are necessary for a perfect digestion. You've got the proper yeasts that are the proper fermentation, because the stomach, the gut wants 2 things. It wants yeast and it wants bacteria. And as long as it's getting that bacteria and getting that yeast formulation in the stomach, now you have perfect digestion. I mean, you will be, and everything starts to work better when your digestion is perfect, because then you're breaking down and if you eat something, you're getting all of it. It's breaking it down, and you're getting all the nourishment that you're using. So that is how to have a perfect digestive tract and get rid of toxins and poisons. And if it's like so let's go back now and talk a little bit more about the health benefits and risks of charcoal so that we can just kind of really nail that down. So the main thing, charcoal, has been used in medicine since the ancient Egyptians used it to absorb the odor of rotting wounds. And drug.com, it states that it's useful for its ability to absorb impurities. Charcoal plays an important role in filtering drinking water. I've got a filter on my sink, and it has a charcoal filter. And I have another little, and looks like we've got an open mic. And I'm going back over and find it. And welcome to joining us here in Sacramento. And I'm going back to the report. And we're talking about charcoal. And we're talking about activated charcoal, which is charcoal that's been heated up to a high heat until that charcoal becomes porous and absorbs poisons out of the body. And if you were poisoned, or if you had food poisoning and you took 6 to 8 tablets of charcoal, it will absorb that poison, but it'll also absorb everything else, all your vitamins, all your minerals in your body. It's going to start absorbing all kinds of things. So afterwards, you got to make sure and put things back. And you only need to take it for 2, 3, 4 days, maybe a week maximum, and then get on the colon and liver cleansing liquid and the special fiber with bentonite clay, and because activated charcoal, it's also known as medicinal charcoal, and it's a fluffy, fine, black, odorless, tasteless powder with a kind of a, without any gritty material. And in an emergency, activated charcoal can be used to treat certain kinds of poisoning, according to the MayoClinic.com. And being extremely absorbent, activated charcoal helps to prevent the poison from being absorbed from the stomach and passed into the body. In the case of severe poisoning, several doses of activated charcoal may be needed to treat the victim. Activated charcoal is not effective against poisons that are corrosive, like lye and gasoline and strong acids and iron and boric acid and lithium and alcohols. It's not effective against those. Furthermore, charcoal should not be used to counteract petroleum products like gasoline and oil, such as and cleaning fluid, coal oil, fuel oil, and kerosene and paint thinner. That's going to be ineffective for those kinds of things. Charcoal will not prevent these substances from being absorbed into the body, so that's when you wouldn't use them. And the side effects. Let's look at the side effects of charcoal. Common side effects of activated charcoal include nausea. So if you're starting to get some nausea, let's back off from using charcoal. If there's vomiting or constipation, we need to back off from using charcoal. And that's, again, one great reason why you want to, if you're going to take the activated charcoal, you should be taking a good colon and liver cleansing a liquid or colon and liver cleansing tea. And then that fiber as a sponge. And then you've got a very soothing, healing detoxification that is complete. Now, drugs.com, that's what they're stating, that's the side effects, nausea, vomiting, constipation. If you get those, let's stop using it. And other side effects include bowel obstruction. I mentioned that. So we got to be careful of that. There was one fellow that was given 30 to 60 grams of charcoal. That's a lot of charcoal. And it was given to him every 4 to 6 hours for 5 days. Well, he had a bowel obstruction. They caused it. The doctors did that. And then they say, oh, well, yes, too much is too much. And 30 to 60 grams of charcoal every every 4 to 6 hours for 5 days. That's I don't know why they did that, but they did. And then they're saying don't do that. Right, you're right. Don't do that. The proper use of charcoal. Activated charcoal is used only for treating some cases of poisoning, and the proper doses vary from patient to patient. You must not change your dosage unless your doctor tells you to do so. The powder form of activated charcoal is taken as a mixture of the powder and water, with the amount of powder dependent on the age of the patient. For adults and teenagers, a single dose treatment, usually about 25 to 100 grams, and you only need to do it one time. That's a usual single treatment of 25 to 100 grams. Okay, and each gram is 1,000 milligrams. You got 100 grams. It's 100,000 milligrams. MayoClinic.com, that's what they're saying. That's the dosage you should take. Now, for children from 1 to 12 years old, the dose is usually 25 to 50 grams, or the dose may be based on body weight, typically 0.5 or half a gram to 1 gram per kilo of weight. For children up to 1 year old, the dose usually is 10 to 26 grams. So the production of activated charcoal, well, activated charcoal is made from wood or vegetable matter that is oxidized at extremely high temperatures and then treated with various substances such as carbon dioxide, oxygen, air, steam, sulfuric acid, zinc chloride, or phosphoric acid, or a combination of these to increase the absorptive properties of the charcoal. That's how drug.com states that it's manufactured. Now, these materials serve to remove impurities and reduce the particle size of carbon, thereby increasing the surface area and consequently allowing for more absorption. 1 mil of medical charcoal that has been subdivided and activated has a total surface area of approximately 1,000 square milliliters. And so that's a little bit about charcoal, how to use it, and I wanted to make sure that we shared that information with you. Let's take a look at the product charcoal. Let's go over here to betterhealthherbs.com. Now, I know a lot of times it's more convenient for you to run to your local health food store and grab a product, but these are the people that deserve for you to get these products from them. It's called Health and Herbs, and their website is betterhealthherbs.com. And at betterhealthherbs.com, I'm there now, and I'm clicking on our store, and I'm clicking on charcoal. Let's see if I have it here. Maybe I even have it already listed. Sometimes it saves it. Didn't. Okay, I'm going to type in CHARCOAL and press enter and bring up charcoal so you can see it. Okay, now I've got it right there, and I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to take the charcoal, bring it over into my screen capture. We're making an audio video of this that you can see later on herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com, under Discoveries in Health. All these videos of all these conferences, they are there. There it is. There's the charcoal capsules. I have it up in that screen capture you'll be able to see later. on herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health. And I'm pulling this down so we can take a look at it. And what does it say about it? It just says there it is. Guess what, folks? It's 100 tablets for $5.99. $6. Nobody's getting rich doing that. But anyway, that's why you should buy everything from Health and Herbs. They're wonderful people. That's my granddaughter. You can call her up on the telephone and she'll help you and make sure you're getting results. This is a ministry. That's right. This ministry is the manufacturer of the natural remedies, and they deserve your patronage. Please get all your natural remedies from Health and Herbs. Call them up on the telephone. Their telephone number is 541-791-8400. That's 541-791-8400. Their website is betterhealthherbs.com. And I was speaking with Elder Rochester. I can say this. Rochester. I can't say it right now, but I used to could say it. Why can't I say it now? Rochester. What? I can't say it. But anyway, I was speaking with the elder today, and they're talking about putting a link to the website, Better Health Herbs, on their GOCC website to make it more convenient. Also, a donation will be made to GOCC. Every time you purchase, then you'll be purchasing off of the GOCC website, which will have the Better Health Herbs website link. And when you do that, then GOCC gets a donation, and we're working on doing that so that it benefits the church and helps comfort people who can't afford the natural remedies. Then the church will be able to contribute more. They'll take anything that comes from that, and they'll be able to help people who can't afford to help themselves. I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing for GOC to have done, and that's what they are in prayer right now. I spoke with the elders, and they want to do this. So please pray about that with me, that will come to pass, because that's going to help a lot of people, and that's what this is all about, is helping people. So there we go, and that really describes charcoal and how to detoxify and then have the healthiest digestive tract possible. That's how to do that, and thank you, Sister Sharon, for bringing up that topic. Now, if you have a question or a topic that maybe we should discuss, or a testimonial, now is a good time for you to press your star key on your telephone. Press the star key 2 times on your telephone, and you will be able to ask your question, make your comment, or give a testimonial. Please press your star key 2 times. Thank you.
Dr. Burst.
Yes, they're in Atlanta. In the Atlanta area, yes.
Look here, what do you prescribe for heavy leg syndrome?
Heavy leg syndrome, I don't prescribe or diagnose, but talking about heavy leg syndrome, that's where we would make sure that person is getting calcium and magnesium, because very often people will have leg cramps, even during the day, and it's because they're not getting enough magnesium. But you want to balance that magnesium with calcium. And so how I avoid it, because if I don't do this, if I don't take my 3 capsules or 3 tablets of Nice Bones, calcium and magnesium, number 2455. If I don't take 3 tablets at bedtime every night, if I skip by the 3rd night, I've got cramps. I've got leg cramps. But I don't have leg cramps as soon as I start back on my calcium and magnesium, 3 tablets at bedtime. And I find that I also need to have 2 tablets in the morning. So I'm a real high calcium, high magnesium type of body. So that's what it takes for me. Most people, just 3 tablets at night and no more leg cramps. And they feel a lot better. They sleep better. It helps them to where they don't have osteoporosis because it helps the bones. And it helps the tissues and the muscles and the tendons and the heart. People are having heart attacks because the heart is a muscle and it cramps up and they die. Lack of magnesium. Very often you go into the hospital, bam, first thing they'll give you is some magnesium. Right. So, but they don't tell you about it. They don't tell you should have calcium and magnesium. I guess it may be bad for their business if they told you how to actually be well. And that's not something they really do a lot. But anyway, that's it. It's number 2455. It's called Nice Bones, 3 tablets at bedtime. And if that doesn't do it within 2 to 3 days max, then take 2 more of those tablets in the morning. Also, taking a lot of vitamin C is going to help this heavy leg syndrome. And if it's water retention, then we're going to get a water retention herbal formula. And a water retention herbal formula in a liquid, you can get it as a tea or you can get it as a liquid. And the liquid water retention control formula is number 1448. That's a water retention control formula. If you're holding the water and you got that heavy leg syndrome, that's number 1448. 1448 is a liquid tincture extract, water control, water retention control. You can also get it in an herbal tea if you prefer. So that's how I would deal with those heavy legs. Is I would really increase the vitamin C. I would make sure you're getting a water retention control formula. And I would make sure she's taking the calcium and magnesium. And then let's see if that's going to be helpful for her. And I didn't prescribe or diagnose. We're just talking about this for educational purposes and looking at the latest research in heavy leg syndrome. That's what we would do. Did that help you, sir?
Thank you, Doc. That helped a lot.
Oh, okay. All praises to the Most High, Brother Cunningham.